Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. It is Monday. It is May 18th. Had to go down and check. And we are coming to you today from a different location. We are at the lake house. And, well, we're trying to soak up somewhat sun, but it's kind of buried in some clouds right now. But we are starting to get a little bit. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing a little bit of sun today. We had a good day yesterday, but I'm going to be talking today about unsubscribes. It's one of those things that, oh man, it's like, oh, if I get an unsubscribe, that means that people don't like me, right? And we got to get through that. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and see who's on. Ty Linda in the house. I need this one for sure. Well, we're here to help you, Ty, Linda. And well, I'm always here to help you. You're inside of Brand Creators Academy. So how are things going with the traveling? I think you said you were going to be traveling this week. Jennifer in the house. What's up? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And yeah, we got about another minute yet before we're actually live, or we're supposed to be going live. So I think we'll wait a few minutes here before we dive into this topic. If you guys have any questions for me on this, drop them in the comments and we will do that. Also over here on Instagram, you do that as well. And I'm going to hope and pray that my my connection stays strong here. We are on Wi-Fi, but my Wi-Fi is pretty darn good here, which I'm pretty surprised. Also, guys, let me know. Do you want me to pick my laptop up right now and take a quick little glance behind me, looking out at the lake? Let me know if you want me to do that. If you do, I'll step up for a minute and we can take a quick little tour. Hey, Justin, what's up, man? All the way from Australia. What's up? James, good morning. Good to see you. Lloyd in the house. What is happening from the UK? What's happening? Renee, hello, Scott. Nice weather. Yeah, it's good right now, but we're supposed to get rain today, tomorrow, the next day. So we weren't even going to come because of the weather. But I think we're gonna hang out here for a few days. But yeah, let me know what's happening in your neck of the woods. Hopefully we're going to have some good weather, but we're going to talk about unsubscribes here today, guys. What's up? Is it Kayan? Renee says, yes. Good morning. Ronnie Boots Farm again. Oh, what's the name? Is it Michael? Mike? Let me know if I got that right. Let's see. Tristan, are you still doing Amazon or did you sell your business? I'm starting to get interested in selling my business. Actually, we're in the process of selling one of the businesses. And yes, we are still selling in Amazon and we're selling in multiple other channels, not even just physical products, but we turn that business into a brand like we talk about here. We have multiple revenue streams. But yes, we are under LOI right now. And it's supposed to close like July 6th. Or, well, the week of the July. What's up? Yes. Good morning, Scott. Loud and clear. Yes. Oh, it's Chris. Okay, cool. Well, let me sorry, Instagram. I can't show you this right now because I'm going to pick up my laptop real quick. So guys, this is what we're looking at real quick. I figured I'd take the Take Action crew on a little tour here. So this is where we'll be spending the next few days. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is my lake house Airbnb. So this is the first time I've been here since September. September. No, I was here for a lake house workshop. So my wife was here September, but we were here as a family, but we had a lake house mastermind here, which was awesome. And we worked with a couple of businesses and we did that lake house master shop, as we called it. So yeah, that's where we're hanging out today, guys. So you guys are here with me. So I'm glad to have you. All right, let me go ahead and bring this on back and we'll get back underneath the umbrella. Cool. All right. So, oh, wait a minute. I should probably do that for Instagram. Guys, I'll just do a quick little pan. Just so you can see. There you go. All right, cool. All right. Cool. We got some more people coming on. That's awesome. Salama's in the house. What's up? Deborah's in the house. What's up? Renee says, yeah, nice. I like the marshmallow night scene. Yeah, that was on Instagram, right? You seen that on Instagram? That was funny. Yeah, we had a good time last night. We got one of those logs, one of those logs that it burns forever. It's a piece of white birch, and they cut these slits in it. It's really, really cool. So cool. Tristan says, I have an Airbnb now in Clearwater. It's a great business when we aren't shut down. To be honest with you, like, we haven't been shut down. I mean, yeah, the state was somewhat shut down, but we were able to still operate because a lot of people can come here because it's a way for them to get out without getting out. You know what I mean? Like they can still rent here. We're booked. Like we're literally booked here. We were going to come back here in June because we had like a 4-day window. And before we even made the decision final, it got booked. So we're booked up here up through gosh, I think first week in September. So this place is booked solid. And they're getting a good amount of money for it, which is also really good for me because I wasn't sure how this whole thing was going to pan out. And then with the pandemic, yeah. Nigel, I saw the inside that last time. The outside looks amazing too. Yeah, if any of you guys followed the renovation of this too, it was quite a process. Tony, what's in the house? Good morning to you. Mike says, love the setting. Wish you were here, Mike. Where is your Airbnb? It's outside of Charlotte. It's on Lake Norman. Good Monday morning, Kate. What's up? I'm getting requests from NYC for whole month stays in Maine. Yeah, I know. It can be really good. Where is your Airbnb? Okay, yeah, it's on Lake Norman. Not fair. We are still banned. Yeah, well, it just depends, I guess, on your state. Again, I'm not a big fan of like going out there and like getting back in full swing. Yeah, I don't think we should really. I don't think we should get out there yet. But having something like this, you can have a family come here and spend a week, and then they're still getting away without, being with people. So I do like it. What's up, Josh? What's up? Derek's in the house. Atlanta, Georgia is here. What's up? All right, cool. Let's get to it, guys. Before we do jump into today's topic, which is going to be about email, it's going to be about unsubscribes. I literally just sent an email this morning, and I want to explain the purpose. And also I want you guys to understand that getting unsubscribes is actually a good thing. And you might be saying, Scott, what the heck are you talking about? How can that be a good thing? People are raising their hand going, I don't want to hear from you anymore. It's okay. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. Before I do, if you guys would do me a favor, okay, if you could share this with someone, just let them know that we hang out in the mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And let them know that we discuss business. We talk about life. We talk about mindset, all of that stuff, and invite someone. That's how I want to spread the word. And also, if you have not yet entered our big giveaway, which we're doing for Rock Your Brand Podcast, go to rockyourbrandpodcast.com. Go there, enter your name and email address, and you'll be entered to win a suite of prizes. It's going to be a full year to Brand Creators Academy, which isn't even open to the public right now. And we're going to open that up, and we're going to give it to one person for a year for free. And then a one-on-one coaching call with me. And then also you will get, the recordings to Brand Accelerator Live 2019. All right. So that is what you'll get there for going to Rock Your Brand Podcast. All right. So now let's get to email. All right. How many of you right now has an email list that you're sending at least one email per week? So if you can let me know that in the comments, I'd like to see. While I'm waiting for that, Derek says, what is the weather like? It's pretty nice right now. A little overcast, a little bit of sun peeking through, but it's warm. It's nice. Really nice. We got Slim 21 over here, or Slims 21. It says none. So you don't have an email list yet. Is that it? Slims 21. Just curious. I'm waiting here. Here we go. No email list yet. Okay. Akabar says, okay. No email list yet. All right. That's fine. If anybody has an email list, and I know that Karen, I don't know if Karen's on here this morning. Let's see. Karen, are you here this morning? I don't see Karen. I know she has an email list and she's been building it. I have an email list and we send it every Monday morning. Okay, cool. Salama says no. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. Let's talk about this because a lot of people, they build an email list and then they're afraid to send the email. And the reason why they're afraid is because they don't want to bother people. But if you are sending out, or if you're building an email list of people that are interested in what you have to offer, you need to send them information. And if you're not sending them information, why do you have them on your email list? All right. So one of the things that I like to do, and especially if you've been building your list for any period of time, is you want to get a routine on how frequently you email. Okay. Now, when someone signs up for something, you're going to send them something immediately to deliver what you're offering them, right? Look at Maisie in the back of the window there. See her back there? See Maisie? Oh, she was a naughty girl last night. Remind me if you want to hear the story about her last night. She cost me $160 last night. Okay. So if you start sending emails to your email list, which you should, by the way, you should be sending at least one email every single week. Okay. One every single week. I send 2 to 3, but you definitely want to make sure that you send emails to your email list. And here's why. By you sending email, okay, and let me kind of clarify here too. They shouldn't just be buy my stuff email. It should be like value-driven email, okay? So if you send email, number one, you start to see what resonates with the people on your list, all right? And when you do this, you're going to also see what doesn't resonate. So the way that it doesn't resonate is you're like, okay, I should start talking about 5 ways to catch more bass in a lake because I'm at a lake right now, right? That's what I'm going to be talking about. Well, you might get someone that signed up and goes, I only want to learn about, how to catch bass in a pond. And I'm being a little bit, general right now, but let's just use that as an example. And then you send something about, you start going really hard on the topic of in a lake, and it turns those people off. It's fine that you turn those people off. If they don't open the email, that subject line might not have got their attention, and that's fine. But if they unsubscribe, that is okay. Okay. And here's why. They're raising their hand and they're smart enough to know to go to the bottom of your email and unsubscribe. And the reason why I say that is because I get people that email me and go, Scott, take me off your list. I don't want to hear any more about brand building. You were talking about Amazon. You're not talking about Amazon much anymore. You're talking about brand building. I don't want to get that stuff anymore. Can you unsubscribe me? So then I take the effort of scrolling to the bottom of the email and I hit unsubscribe for them. I literally have to do that for them. It's in the bottom of every email we send. It has to be. So because of that, we just do it for them. Or you can just go to your main list and do it. But here's the thing. When someone does that, I'm actually like, thank you. Thank you for doing that for me. Because here's why. Now they've tightened up my list. Because now when I send emails, I know that the people that are opening my emails or the people that are getting my email, they are raising their hand and saying, I want to get emails. So even though I might have had an email list of 10,000 or 20,000 people, and I shrunk it down to even 15,000, I would rather talk to those 15,000 than to say, I might be able to convince those other 5,000 to believe in what I believe in or give them what I want to share with them. You don't want to have to feel like that. So just understand that if people unsubscribe, you should thank them. And I don't mean you have to reach out and go, hey, thanks for unsubscribing. I mean, just in your mind and in yourself, be like, okay, cool. That's good. Right. So I'll give you an example. I sent an email out, a week ago. It was last week when I made the announcement. I'm losing track of time here. So I sent out an email last week and it was about the big announcement. So, of course, that one got a crazy open rate, because people are like, what, Scott, you're retiring from the podcast? And it was like, no, but the Amazing Seller name is retiring, but the podcast is going to stay. We're just going to rename it. So this was a way for me to let my list know, hey, listen, the topic's not really changing, but we are going to be talking a lot more about brand building. And these are the things, okay? So naturally, we had some people unsubscribe, right? And so I think total, we had 117 from one email that we sent out. 117 people, okay? Now that was to a list, I segmented it out. Our list at one time was as high as 85,000. We've cleaned that up to where it was down to about 60,000. And now I have like 2 segments, and the concentrated one is over 25,000. Right. So And I mean the concentrated one, the one that has opened email in the last 3 months. But now what I want to do is I want to shrink that even more, because I know that I only want to talk to people that want help, right? If you don't want help, I don't want to be a distraction in your life, right? So out of all of those emails that went out, 117 people unsubscribed. I'm okay with that. Every single email I've got another brand, the one that we are selling, and I send email 3 times a week. Every email we get about 30 to 40 unsubscribes. It's not a big deal, right? Now my partner, on the other hand, when we first started getting them, she's like, well, we gotta slow up. That's just too many unsubscribes. We're bothering people. I'm like, good, because if they don't want to receive what we're sending them, we don't want to send to them. They're doing us a favor. Our deliverability is going to be stronger. Our relationship with Google and Yahoo and any email provider is going to be better. So it's actually a really, really good thing to get those unsubscribes. So encourage them. I literally wrote an email this morning, and I'll do another. I'm going to do a different one tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday, I'll go ahead and I'll go through that email, because it's important that you are blatant sometimes about getting unsubscribes, like blatant. I mean, like the subject line could be, do you want me to unsubscribe you? Or did you unsubscribe? Or unsubscribe. Just, you want to put unsubscribe inside the subject line. And then inside there be like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. I wanted to make sure that I'm delivering value to you in every single email that I send. If you're interested in getting more tips and tricks on how to catch more bass, then stay on the list. If you don't, then go ahead and click the unsubscribe link. Like literally, like call it out. Some people are like, Scott, but if I tell them to do that, they're going to unsubscribe. Some are, but a lot aren't, because they are there to get what you have to offer. So what you want to do is you want to make it obvious. All right. And when you send more frequently to the list, you're also going to be narrowing down that list at the same time, because every email will get some unsubscribes. Do not get discouraged because you have some unsubscribes. Please do not do that. Stop thinking to yourself, you can't send email anymore because you got unsubscribes. All right. I'm here to tell you it's a good thing. All right. And your list will become stronger and you'll get better deliverability. Everything is an upside. All right. Now, also, I should probably say, depending on your lead magnet that you're using, you want to make sure, here comes the dogs. So the door must have popped open over there. So the dogs are going to run a little wild here. So what you want to do is you definitely want to, when you have a lead magnet, you want that lead magnet to be what you're offering. If you're just going to be like, oh, you're going to get a free pair of AirPods, but yet you're talking about bass fishing, of course you're going to get a ton more unsubscribes. That's totally normal, right? So you can't think about it that way. All right. You can't think about it that way. You got to think about what you're offering. All right. Let's go ahead and answer some of these questions. I'm going to leave some more time today for the questions, and hopefully we rounded up the animals. Yep. There they go. Brody, want to say hi? Brody, say hello to everybody. Brody, turn around. Say hello to everybody. He's the less wild one. Maisie's the wild one. All right, cool. All right, let's see if we got any questions here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Rebecca says, hey, Scott, bit late today. That's okay. Karen, Scott, I'm here. I've been here. I do have 155 subscribers on my list. Oh, that's nice. You increased it. I send out one more email every Monday morning. Good. And have you gotten any unsubscribes yet? Let's see. Oops, Derek. She's got Maisie. Get Brody. Talking to my daughter to round up the animals. Okay. Derek, are they selling my email once I unsubscribe? It seems I get more emails from other people I know never bought. They could be. That's why you do want to be careful on who you're giving your email list to, or your email address to, and why are you giving it to them? You just got to be careful. I mean, I think we all know if you feel a little dirty, you know, when you're looking at someone's site and it looks a little too good to be true or any of that stuff, or they're going to give you that silver bullet, right? You just got to be careful. But yeah, they could. I mean, let's face it, they could. There's nothing that I can say that, you know, there's a way to prevent that. I personally would never do that ever, ever in a million years. So yeah, that could totally happen. Let's see here. Derek, again, your dog is listening to you and watching you from the window. Yeah, they all are. Now that they got out, that door must have came open. Akabar, Scott, in regards to gatekeepers, Hotmail, Yahoo, Gmail, having such strict demands on spam and who they allow to enter the inbox folder, is it a good idea to perhaps check the open rate and whoever has not opened your email in the last 60 days, take them off your list because they clearly aren't interested anymore? That saves the possibility of them eventually classing you as spam. Just a thought. Yes, you can totally do that. And I would say what I would do is I would send a last email to those people. Like I would segment it to give those people one last chance. So the other thing is too, is in order to do that, you want to send an email that is all text based. You don't want to send an email that has a ton of links in it. So just send out an email that says, quick question mark. That's it. Or, are you still interested in bass fishing? ? And then say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. I wanted to just, you know, jump in here real quick and see if you're still interested in getting more tips from me about catching more bass. If you do nothing and we'll keep sending them to you. If you don't, just hit the unsubscribe button and you'll be off the list. Like, that's it. Like, I would do that and always send that email as a text-based email. Let's see here. Here we go. Salama. Do you go through your unopened emails every few months and tell them we'll unsubscribe if they do not open further emails in order to keep your subscribers list current, engaged, superfans? Yes, that's kind of what I did this morning, to be honest with you. But I send it out to the entire list, not just people that haven't unopened. The people that haven't unopened, that's what we call our less engaged list. They've opened in the last, or they haven't opened in the last like 60 days, and we'll always send to those separately. So you have like two segments of your list. You have a highly engaged list and you have a less engaged list. And then you send separately to them so you can track that stuff. It's very easy to do in ConvertKit, by the way. Charles, I agree. If they aren't in our target audience, then it's fine if they go. Sometimes, however, I think we need to be careful about frequency because that can get bothersome. It can, but listen, Charles, or anyone else that's thinking this. I'm going to send 3 emails to my email list this week. If you think that's too much because I'm sending you an update to a podcast episode, or I'm sending you something that I think that you should hear or that you should learn, again, then if that's too much, if a friend was like, Scott, I don't want you texting me 3 times a week, you're just too much, man. Like, you got to think about your list that way. If you're delivering what you classify as value, then you shouldn't be limited to how many times you should send. Like, that's it. If you think that you can't deliver 3 times value in a week, then don't send 3 emails. Don't make up something just to send, right? So that would be my thoughts there. Charles, again, I know I want certain information, but then it gets annoying when it's overdone. There definitely is a sweet spot. That's been my experience as a consumer anyway. Sure. But again, if I'm sending you too many emails, I want you to unsubscribe because I want to connect with you 3 times a week. That's just what I want to do, right? And if, for the most part, though, think about this. Let's say that you only open 1 of my emails, but I send you 3. But you're not annoyed. You're just like, I'm not going to open that one. Like, why in our inbox, if that person is like, if I had a friend send me something, they sent me 3 messages, I wouldn't ignore all 3, right? I'd open 1, right? Like, I'd open 1 and I'd say, hey, sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at this, but I'll get to it, or something like that. I get what you're saying, but that's because marketers ruin email and you don't have to. So just be smart about it. Let's see. The dogs want it out. They're watching you. I know it. They're crazy. Brody said, don't want screen time. Oh, I think you might. It's Brody with a B. It's not Rody. That would be good though. Rody, like on the rock scene, right? He's my guitar roadie. Brody, attitude like a cat. Oh, you're not kidding. I got an ant on my thing there. Good morning, Hassan. Another one. Man, these ants are coming everywhere. Let's see. Derek, What do you think about broadcast emails? I send broadcast emails. I sent one this morning. I love them. I like them better than having an automated sequence because I can control that, right? So this morning I sent out a broadcast. I send out mainly broadcast messages. The only time I'm sending out an automated sequence is if you signed up to get a lead magnet of some kind. It's so that way there I can help walk you through it. Let me give you an example. All right. So let me pop this up real quick. Let's see. Okay. So if you go to brandcreatorsbook.com, don't go there right now, by the way. I'm just using this as an example. But if you went to brandcreatorsbook.com, you're going to get taken to a landing page and you're going to have an opportunity to purchase our playbook. It's $4.99. You're going to enter your information. You're going to buy it, whatever. On that email sequence, I'm going to email you to deliver the goods. And then in an automated email sequence, I'm going to email you again a day after to make sure that you were able to download it, make sure that you're able to get started. Then I'm going to email you in a couple of days and say, hey, you should be at least on phase 2 or 3 right now. Do you have any questions? We talk about this, that, and the other thing. Oh, and then, whatever. If you have any questions, let me know. And then I'm going to follow up again in probably 2-3 days after that. Hey, you should be almost done with the playbook right now. Did you have any questions about the process so far? You should have already gotten your domain picked and your website hosting done right now, right? So I'm using that automated sequence because it's going to be repetitive for me. I'm not going to send a broadcast to every person that, the thousands of people that have downloaded that. I'm not going to send them each an individual broadcast message, but I am going to broadcast message to those people because now they're interested in building a brand, right? So that's how you build that rapport, is through the broadcast. All right. Let's see here. Karen. Yes. One, as soon as they got the free stuff, they unsubscribed. Perfect. No problem. So you only had one out of that whole list so far from sending emails. That's actually, I'm jealous. That's good. Please do a coffee talk on how to create right lead magnets and offers. Perfect. I will do that. I love talking about that. And any of you that are new or you're tuning in and you don't know what a lead magnet is, think about right now, I want to go out in that lake and I want to catch some bass. There's different bait that will attract those bass, right? I only want to attract bass. I don't want to attract catfish. I don't want to attract perch or whatever else is in the lake, right? I only want to attract bass. So there's certain lures that are going to attract bass, right? It's the same thing with lead magnet. If I put something out there that is the 5 best tips to catch bass, I only want to attract the people that want those types of tips and tricks, right? They're into bass fishing, right? Not someone that's like, I don't like fishing. Why would I download that? Why would I want that? So we only want to, that's what we call a lead magnet. And we'll definitely do a talk on that. I love talking about that stuff. Let's see here. Okay, Derek. I had a dog that could open doors and escape. He was an escape artist. Yeah, well, it looks like Maisie might have did that. Tristan, did you send blogs through emails in link form? Do you send blogs through emails? I'm not sure I understand that, Tristan. Do you mean, do I send directly to a blog post? I don't write a blog post and then when it publishes, it goes out as a blog post to my email list, if that's what you're asking. I send them directly to my website, to my blog. Do you write your own emails? How long does it take? Yes, I write all my own emails. And how long does it take? Well, this morning I wrote that one and it took probably about 15 minutes. And then I sent out 2 other emails to separate brands yesterday. Usually I'll send in one day, I'll send 3 emails to 3 separate brands. And it usually takes me, I don't know, about 15 minutes, I would say, per email. And sometimes it could take a half hour, 45 minutes if I'm crafting something and I want to make sure that I get all the points that I want to get out there and it makes sense. And I also make the email about you, not about me necessarily. It's hard to stop talking about I, right? But it's not about me. It's about you. Like, you're here right now because you want a result. I could say, well, you just want to hang out because you want to have coffee, right? Like, let's have coffee. This is good. Let's have some coffee. You're sitting over there. I'm sitting over here and we're shooting the breeze and we're having some coffee, right? But at the end of the day, you want something, right? And so my job is to make sure that I can frame things around you getting what you want. And the only way I can do that is I can throw in tips and tricks, but also stories to help you understand, because something could click for you differently than someone else. That's what I've learned, right? Everyone can resonate differently, or will resonate differently with different stories, or it'll click for them, right? So, yes, I do write all of my own emails. I think it's important that I do that. And it doesn't take me all that long now. It used to take me a lot longer, by the way. Let's see. Derek, should we send emails out every time we post new content, or just when we are giving them something of value or selling something? The way that I would do it, depending on how many articles or blog posts that you're creating, I would, again, you need to make sure that you understand what the post is going to do to serve them, right? So if I write a blog post about what bait best attracts bass, that's probably a good one to send an email about, right? But if I was to send one, I don't know, just about a question, like, can I use green worms to catch bass? Like, I wouldn't send a blog post on that, right? It just wouldn't. It wouldn't make sense. It's a question, which, by the way, questions work really good for starter content. Meaning, if you're starting, you should fill your site with like 25 to 50 articles on just answering questions. Little tip for you, little pro tip for you today. That's worked really well for us. Yesterday, we had a great day. Again, both of those brands that I talk about in Brand Creators Academy, I mean, we had over 1,200 page views. Just insane. So, all right. Let's get in here to the next question. Do you use automatic sequence or broadcast emails through ConvertKit? I use both, right? But mainly broadcast messages, to be honest with you. The sequence is only to deliver on the promise, or to deliver on what you need to deliver, right? Again, if you're sending someone 5 tips to catch more bass, then you want to follow up, make sure they got it. You want to also follow up and go, hey, if you got any questions on these tips, let me know. You want to get that engagement. You want to automate that, and then you can start to follow up, to the house list, as we call it. Okay. Justin, what if you solve their problem? What's their motivation to continue receiving more emails? Well, again, if it's like one problem, it's like how to fix my kitchen sink, right? But if we're talking about a market or a niche, right? Like, I'm looking out there at some kayaks, right? So if someone's kayaking, they want to know what's the best kayak to use, right? But what are they ultimately doing? They're on the lake, or they're in the river, or we're on a pond. It doesn't matter. They're trying to enjoy the outdoor life, right? So it would be like, things to do with the kayak, places to go with the kayak, right? Maybe fishing in the kayak. Maybe it's having a group party on the pond in the kayak, like whatever it is. There's other things to talk about. But you're right. If you're just being like, how to fix the hole in my kayak, it's one problem, right, that you're solving. We're not necessarily always talking about the one problem to get them into our list, right? It's more about like the market or the niche, and then like an overall thing, right? So if someone is looking to do bass kayak fishing, we know that they're into bass fishing. We know that they're into kayaks. We know they're into traveling with their kayak. So we got to kind of do content around that. Hopefully that helps. Derek, should we ever send an email from a free account such as Gmail or one? No, always with a domain. And if you use ConvertKit, they're going to require you to do that. And if you don't, it will come through. It'll look as though it's spam. So it shows that there's one more validation point that you've confirmed that you're a real business, not just a spammer. So yeah. Where have most of your subscribers come from? Website, podcast, YouTube, Facebook? I would say it's been a mix, to be honest with you. If we're talking about the podcast, I would say a lot of it was from the podcast itself, but then driving them to the blog, right? So in the beginning, I was doing a lot of webinars, like workshops. And so what I would do is I would say, hey, if you want to join one of our workshops, you can go to, and I would give the URL, and then they would go there. That's how we built the list, right? But then there's also people that have subscribed just from going to the website and then saying like, I want to receive updates when a new podcast is listed. So there's multiple ways that they come in, but I would say a lot of times, even like right now, there's only 2 lead magnets that I have for brand creators and in the podcast. And right now, the only thing I have is brand growth validation checklist, which I should probably give you that. That is over on brandcreators.com. So if you go to brandcreators.com, that is a lead magnet. You're going to go there. Well, it's going to be the website. You're going to basically go to the part there that says download the checklist or checklist. And then you're going to click on that. And then you're going to enter your name and email address. That's a lead capture, right? You're going to get the brand growth validation checklist. It's going to give you the information you need to validate your market and find one, but then also validate it and then also see the potential in it, right? And then, so what does that do? That lets me know that you're into building a brand. It also helps you, and it also allows me to communicate you with more brand building advice, right? And tips. And then I get to introduce you to the podcast. I get to introduce you to the playbook. I get to introduce you to these coffee talks. I get to introduce you to, if we do a live event, if, it's like any of that stuff, I get to now communicate through because it's concentrated on showing people how to identify things in their business or in the start of their business to allow it to grow. So that's a lead magnet. That's how we're getting a lot of our email subscribers right now. But that always changes too, depending on what you're doing. The playbook now, anybody that buys the playbook for $4.99, separate list, still inside the same account, separate list, letting me know these people put their credit card in. These people are a little bit more, serious, if you will, because they want the playbook and they're willing to pay $5 for the playbook, $4.99, right? So that's just another way to get your email list a little bit more where they're just a little bit more committed in a sense because they've purchased something. They that's a customer list, which is different. Let's see. Wow, a lot of questions. I might have to turn this into a Ask Scott session here, or a jam session. Okay, here it is. I had to scroll up. Okay, already got that. When is the automatic sequence ending? It can end in 3 days. It can end in a week. It can end in 2 weeks. I don't like to do one that's like 100 days long. I think 30 days, it could work. Even 60 days, if there's something that you could give every single week that's automated, that would make sense. But I wouldn't force it just to have it. Do you plan your emails daily or weekly? Like this morning's just kind of came to me. I'm just like, you know what? This whole unsubscribe things, I'm talking about it today on Coffee Talk, but there's a lot of people that struggle with this. I should probably write about it, and I should clean my list, right? And because I made this change recently, right, with the rebrand. When do you write your emails? What does your routine look like? Generally right in the morning. First thing I do in the morning is write the email because I want to get them out. I want to get those emails out. Now, if I have a promotion coming up, I might plan them out. Right? That's when I would plan. I'd be like, okay, Friday. I'll give you an example. So you guys heard I'm going to be doing a workshop with my daughter, a live workshop. It's going to be a paid workshop on Pinterest. We're having some pretty good results right now with Pinterest. And we think we cracked the code as far as getting some free traffic in a relatively short period of time. And something that we're going to be growing evergreen assets, and we're going to be using these in all of our brands right now. It's going to be a common practice. So we decided to do it, and it is live today. The workshop page, which I probably should have put that in here. Let me see. I don't think I created anything. Let me do that. I'll create this on the fly. See, and we'll put this in here. So if you guys want, you can go there after. And let's see if it shows up. There it is. So brandcreators.com/workshop. All right. So what we're basically doing is we are going to be doing a live workshop. Actually, it's going to be a hybrid. It's going to be part recorded and then part live. And so we are basically going to be sharing that. Right. And so, and I got to get back to the question now because I lost my train of thought there. Why did I start talking about this? Oh yeah. Because there's going to be things that we're going to be planning, right? So right now I could have sent an email about this because this is going to happen. We're going to start taking enrollment May 27th. And then we're going to be closing it because we're going to start the class on June 1st, right? So we know that plan right now, right? So what we're going to do is either this Wednesday, I'll drop a little bit of a hint that we're going to be doing this. And then Friday, I'm definitely going to announce it. And then Monday, I'm going to announce it 100%. Like, this is what we're doing. Enrollment opens on Wednesday, right? So I'm planning that I'm going to drop. I'm not going to make the whole email about it, but I'm going to mention it, right? And so that's generally what I'll do. So next Wednesday will be open enrollment, right? So that's the 27th. And I believe it is, if my math is right, that's the 27th. And so Monday, I want to make sure that I give people enough notice to enroll, right? And then from there, I will remind people from Wednesday until Sunday that registration is open. And after Sunday night, we're going to close registration because class is going to start on June 1st. And then we have a live call that following Saturday. So because that's already planned, I'm just going to basically mention those things, right? So I have it in my head, right? And I've written down like our sequence for this little promotion, but then after that, it's done, right? So I'm not going to build a sequence for that as far as like an automation for that. I'm going to broadcast it, but I'm going to write them maybe ahead of time. So anyway, hopefully that helped you. Kevin Sanderson in the house. Kevin, I had to give you a little shout out, my man. We got to get Kevin up here to the lake house when we get out of this quarantine, man. Guys, I don't know if you heard, but we did a lake house master shop, and it was absolutely amazing. I sat here with 4 business owners, and it was just a great couple of days. It was a highlight for me last year. Let's see here. Okay, Justin, what if you solved it? Okay, I already answered that. Okay, Salma. Where have most of your subscribers? Oh, I already got that. Man, I keep scrolling back up and I keep losing my spot. Here it is. Grace. No, I already answered that one too. Jeez. Akabar, please, could you talk about newsletters and how to do them? Okay, my thoughts on newsletter. I don't really think a newsletter is a great idea. Here's what I mean. Is someone really going to, what's the chances of someone being like, I want to receive an email newsletter, right? Like, I'm not a big fan. If that's all that you have to offer right now is to get someone to sign up, fine. But it's not compelling enough, right? It's not like, I'm like, oh, I want to sign up for that today because I'm going to get this information. I would start with a direct lead magnet that people raise their hand. They want that, right? So if you're going to try to help people catch more bass, that lead magnet is 5 tips to catch more bass guaranteed, right? And number 2 is my favorite. And then boom, that's your lead magnet, right? Or maybe it's the ultimate checklist for winning your next bass fishing tournament. I want to know what that checklist is because this person's won bass fishing tournaments. I want to know what that list is. So all it is a PDF document of the list of things that fisherman is using. That's it. Right? So I'm not a big fan of newsletters. It's just not compelling enough. I'm just finishing my website and eager to get started. What is the best way to build my email list? Thank you. From Debbie. Hey, Debbie. Well, again, what does your market want? What is a direct thing that you know that they want that they could get an instant win? Like, what is something that they could use, that they could implement, that they could get a mini win? What is that thing? That is your answer. And we should probably do, guys, if you want to do a full coffee talk on lead magnets, we can do another one on broadcast messages. Like, you guys let me know. I love this stuff. Like, I could talk here all day about email marketing. Salama, does a certain length of email lead to better open rate? No, it doesn't matter. Again, I would be straight to the point. If you are directing people to a lead or to a blog post or some other call to action, going to YouTube or something, make the email short and make it curiosity driven, meaning tell them what they're going to learn, tell them what they're going to get, but then link to the thing so they can go read it on the website. Let's see. Karen. Hey, Karen, again, is it okay right now to just send one email? We are doing videos and content on mostly Facebook. We make sure we are sending them to the website. Facebook is where most of our traffic comes from. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's totally fine. Tristan again, do you do Google marketing through a marketing company, or do you do it yourself? I've hired and broken even and also tried myself, completely failed. I'm hiring wrong, or should I be doing this myself? Start trying to learn how to do this extensive process. This is my main brand issue to grow off Amazon. Well, Tristan, though, my question is, what do you mean Google marketing? Do you mean like content marketing to get traffic? I'm just curious on that. Because we are doing all of our content marketing ourselves, and you can too. Should all of my social media relate to my blog and my emails, and should I create a different page that fits my content? Well, yeah, it needs to be centered around your brand. So you have your brand right here, and all of those things around your brand, they all should be related, right, to it, right? I wouldn't want to have my page talk about bass fishing, and then my Pinterest account talks about home brewing or something like that. It could be related, but it's not directly related. Let's see. My mom came to your lake house for the master shop in February. Oh, Ashley says, oh, okay. I'm trying to think. Which one though? Oh, it had to be, well, you know what? Drop your mom's name in there, but I don't want to miss, I'm trying to think which one would be which one of the ones would be your mother. So anyway, just go ahead and put that in there. I'm curious. And she loved it. Yeah, we had a blast. Let's see. Derek, should we always put our plans on paper, and how soon should we do that so we don't miss a deadline we set for ourselves? Well, it depends on yourself. I like writing stuff down on paper. I map my whole week out every single Monday morning or Sunday night. What kind of launch marketing runway do you set up? Does it depend on the amount of product? Yeah, I'm not going to go down that right now, Salama. I mean, we could talk more about that. That's going off into a whole nother direction. But we could do that on a future coffee talk. Yes, please. Full coffee talk on lead magnets. Okay, Akabar, we will do that. Mike, noticed your emails are usually a collection of short, widely spaced sentences. Yes. That's another coffee talk we could go through. How to write those emails. I don't like big blocks of text. Yes, let's do a talk on lead magnet. Another one. Okay. Oh, yeah, Cindy. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's your mom, Ashley? Awesome. Yeah, Cindy's great. Cindy is actually, I got to reach back out to your mom, because we were able to really kind of take all of the stuff that she was managing in the business and trying to organize it so she wasn't doing it all. And I think that's a common problem for a lot of people, which we could do a whole episode on that. Oh yeah, Cindy's awesome. Tell your mom I said hi, by the way. Let's see. If just starting out and still building social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, do you still recommend building lists and sending emails? I'm sure already know what you're going to say. Yes, build email. Email. Like, please. I want you to think about this. If you focus all your attention on Instagram, it's such a fast moving channel that once, like if you send out a notification on Instagram, the chances of you getting even a 2% response is like, it's very, very high if you got that. Email, on a bad day, 10%. On a bad day, right? So, yeah. And here's the other thing. When we have an email list, guys, guess what else I get to do with that? I can upload that to Facebook. I can do retargeting. I can create lookalike audiences. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff I can do with that email list, right? So, yes, the email list is huge. But the other thing I would say is, and like a lot of people classify YouTube as social media. I don't classify that as social media. That's a search engine for video, right? It's a search engine that has evergreen content. Instagram, social media. Facebook, social media, right? Now, Pinterest, on the other hand, that is one that I would pay attention to. And I think I already mentioned this. I think I did. You can go to brandcreators.com/workshop, and we're going to be doing a live/recorded workshop where we're going to break down exactly what we've been doing. And we're getting anywheres from 100. We've had as high as 450 new people coming to our website every single day because of this strategy that we're using, and it's working really, really good. So if you're interested, check that out. Oh, Tristan, let's see. Had a question here. How often do you do the master shops at the lake house? Well, right now, we can't really do them. But I wanted to do about 3 to 4 a year. And these are really high level and they're somewhat expensive. But it's for people that already have momentum, already have a business. And generally they're anywhere from mid 6 figures to 7 figures. So, you know, to come spend a couple days here to work on their businesses is well worth their time, because that's all we do is dive into their business. Ashley says, yep, she's doing it all. Yeah, we got to get her to slow down. Salma, please do a coffee talk on writing emails and product launch. Okay. And Derek, why do email marketers that you remove come back with a different email address with brackets when you remove them? I don't know that answer. Just sounds like, dude, man, you might be just following some really shady people. I don't know. I don't know. You got to unsubscribe, man, from those people. Did Pinterest do something different that make them so interesting? Can we have a talk about this too? Yeah, actually, you know what? I will do a talk about this. We'll do that either this week. Yeah, we can do it this week. I'll put something in there for Pinterest, because I got a whole episode coming out next Monday. And we're going to be breaking down that strategy high level. But it's been really, really good. What's different about Pinterest is if you do it right, we're not trying to game the system, by the way. If you do it right and you get consistent on it, it can really, really amplify your content. Now, if you are only going to just do Pinterest and not build content, I wouldn't do it. Like, I wouldn't just start Pinterest to get traffic on Pinterest and drive it to my email list. I wouldn't do that. I would only do it if I had a website that I wanted to drive traffic to. Okay. Or YouTube, for that matter. You could use YouTube as your home base, but I wouldn't use that as a home base. It's rented land. I would use a website or blog. That's what I would do. Derek says, why is everyone say TikTok is so big? I don't know. I'm not falling into that trap. Again, that shiny object. I would not even go down that road. Me personally, maybe for you and your business, just not for me. Derek, thanks. I'm getting rid of these bad actors off my email list and so-called gurus. Yeah, I would do that as soon as possible. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up this coffee talk, but here's the deal. Okay. Here's the deal. Couple things. If you are tuning into this after the fact and you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put let's see if I can do it here, right here. I'm going to do a playlist right here of all of the past coffee talks. Go back there. There's been some really, really good coffee talks. All right. And just go and get what you need right now. Okay. I am a big believer of don't take everything I'm sharing with you and use it. Take what you need right now and use that. Like, that is what I want you to do. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to be confused, distracted. I don't want to be a distraction. I want to be a motivator for you to focus on what you need to focus on and do it. Right. Same thing here. brandcreators.com/workshop. That's about Pinterest. Okay. And it's going to be what we're calling a pop-up workshop. If that interests you and you think it would add value to your business, join us. If it's not, don't. Okay. If you don't have a website or a place to push people to your home base, you're not ready for it. Okay. Now, if you are building content and you want traffic to come over to your website and you can still build your email list, you can still bring people over to your content, then definitely, then it's something that I would recommend. But if not, don't. Right. I do not want to be a distraction. I do not want to be a shiny object. I only want to serve you at what you need help with right now. If you don't have your market picked out yet, okay, let me go into this real quick. If you don't have your market picked yet, go to brandcreators.com and grab our free brand growth validation checklist and figure that part out. Like, that would be your first step. Okay. You're not ready for that other thing yet. All right. So make sure that you do that. And also, if you would do me a favor and share this with someone that you think would get value from this, okay? And invite them to come to our coffee talk, all right? Invite them. We would love to have them if they're, out there trying to build a brand, right? And if they want to have a little bit of a kick in the butt in the morning sometimes, because I do that in a friendly way. But let's go ahead and let's go out there and really make the best of this day. It looks like the sun finally came out for me. I'm going to enjoy this for a few hours because you know what? After today, we're not going to have any of this sun for like 3 days. So anyway, Kate says, thanks, Scott. Another great coffee talk. Enjoy your day. Thank you. I will. Derek, this is motivating me and making me more aware of bad actors leading me nowhere. Yes, I would not want you to focus on those people. And also, guys, Tomorrow, I already have what I'm going to talk about. This here is going to be a little bit more mindset stuff, but I think we all need it. Keep your head up. Okay. How to stay positive when bad stuff happens. All right. How to stay positive when bad stuff happens. Keep your head up. And then we're also going to be diving into more. I might even do one on lead magnets this week. I will also do one on Pinterest at some point. And yeah, I've got a lot of cool things planned, but drop it in the comments. If you have something you want me to turn into a coffee talk, let me know. And as always, Friday will be our jam session. So we're going to be able to do open Q&A for that full time together. Make sure that you show up on Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, guys, that is it. That is going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, and I'll talk to you soon. Now go rock your brand. See you guys.